Itchy butts and sneezy noses is fine.
But there's so much more.
Oh, so much more.
Oh, so weird and so wonderful.
There's these guys who make their little love nest in a cat's gut. Nice and quiet place, a cat's gut.
Warm and juicy.
Great place for raising a family.
You bet. Nice, quiet place.
Of course, eventually they all get kicked out. So the kids have to find their way back into a cat's gut. You know, settle down, have some more kids.
Oh, yeah. The cat's gut is the cat's pajamas.
Except, how to get there?
What's it take to make it into the holy gut?
Don't have thumbs, can't hitchhike.
But cats like to eat rats, so these guys gets into the rats.
But not only that. See, rats don't just want to feed themselves to the cat. So these guys, whose whole purpose, whose whole meaning is to get themselves into a cat's gut, start working on the brains of these rats. You know, change their minds.
Oh, yeah. See, rats are hardwired to bolt and run at the smell of cat piss. Can't help it, just do it.
So these guys gets into the rat's brain and makes them not afraid anymore. Woo!
Not only that, see, it gets them curious about the cat piss. Gets their curiosity aroused. The male rats even get kind of horny from the smell.
They're not playing so hard to get anymore.
No. You really got me now. You got me so I don't know what I'm doing. Oh yeah, you really got me. You really got me. You really got me.
As I wake up in the morning, the world emerges anew. I move softly, quietly out of dream, watching the familiar patterns take form. So when I give name to those forms, to see them return, I am filled, I am deepened. And yet, I'm still hungry. I'm still thirsty. I still have desires taking me beyond my better judgment.
When I feel the sun shine, my skin awakens with the touch of delicate thorns. A soft breeze that whispers knowledge of whence it came bathes me in its pulse of life. And when I see how life feeds on life, I feel that that is enough. So if you can name a thing, how is it that you don't feel nourished? How does your judgment fail you?
I was looking for a place in my father's house that we might call home. Though my father's house has many rooms, there was no place I felt I could belong. We were, or I thought we were, his equal, as we would inherit his works. He said if I thought I was his equal, I would have to build him a house where he might find a home. But something intervened. Something with its own intention. Something that fills me with this small but very insistent emptiness.
According to the oracle of Jonathan Zack, as we move toward the event horizon, the physics of the dream time more potently interpenetrates the physics of the waking life. Synchronicity becomes more the rule than the exception, and the way we have become accustomed to experiencing space and time is drastically altered. Matter is re-spiritualized and transforms more readily to accord with the psychic intentions. The new species are changelings and reality transformers freed by many of the mortal and corporeal limitations that bound the older species.
We are hungry, we are thirsty. We are hungry, we are thirsty.
People.
People who eat people are the hungriest people in the world. According to the oracle of Jonathan Zapp.
Well, some people want to devour you and other people want to be devoured.
Oh yeah, you heard about the trial in Germany of a modern cannibal?
An educated, middle-aged German man wanted to be a cannibal. When he advertised on the internet for a willing victim, someone who wanted to be devoured, and he found a volunteer.
Yeah. There was.
Ooh, the trial
Yeah.
was to decide if he should be convicted of manslaughter.
Oh.
Apparently consensual act.
That's kind of like going to the source, isn't it?
Yeah, it's all right there.
Not as cool as making puppets, though.
No, not nearly as good.
Hey, let's play Juicy That.
Okay, did you see that?
Oh yeah, did you see that fungus in the jungle eats the bugs from the inside out?
Cordyceps they're called.
Oh yeah, there's a cordyceps for every species of insect. It specializes in ants,
Moths,
caterpillars,
beetles,
you name it.
with all these cool-looking mushrooms growing out their bodies.
Yeah, say an ant gets hold of a spore.
An ant gets hold of the spore.
Well, by the time Auntie knows something's wrong, it's too late.
Cordyceps is already digesting the brain, and everything else takes total control.
Telling Auntie to go to a high place and hang on.
Auntie climbs the tallest thing nearby, digs his mandibles in, real secure. And that's the last thing he does.
From there, cordyceps gets a best spread.
Little bitty mushrooms pop off bazillions of spores.
The bigger the ant colony, the more spores they pick up. Hooty hoo! Barking cow.
There's always pressure. Life does not sit in one place from moment to moment. Sit still a moment too long and a trapdoor opens. Yet, the heart does yearn to grow with place, to become a summation of all its elemental parts, to wend and to wield, to gather and absorb this bounteous life all around. Celestial assignment from whence we came? Who is not a colony of all that went before? And should we think of our place as the winking of time, or the meat of the earth, from which we are made and remade and renewed once more? And why this mortal coil, but to climb a winding stair, to endure or enjoy the passion of that effort? A little bitty difference, that makes another. Little bitty difference, that makes another. North and south bread is ground with the guidance of different stars to turn the mill. And so upon this mill, we labor to feel, or not to feel, in this hungry dance.
That's not helping. I have a staph infection, some kind of blue fungus in my toe, and you want to go on about a hungry dance. Pain and suffering. Is that what we have in this world when we lose favor of crazy, jealous gods? How long should I pay for what I didn't buy? For how long should I feel compelled to buy beyond my means? There's hunger for those who have and for those with no access, still insatiable and parasitic. How about I find some deities I can work with, rather than those that make me pregnant with rage and frustration?
often is the pain of childbirth forgotten for what we bring into this world. Then, the child of suffering calls it normal. A duty, even. Hope is emptied of higher aspiration, only to have the senses overly aroused with unfounded need. Where is the knight? The prince on his mighty horse whose cries pierce the darkness with soft amber light?
I'm tasting the dirt of my labor. My nose is filled with its stench. Where's my compensation? Where's my release?
I am an acne pimple, as lonely as can be.
Don't cry, Pimple. I'll keep you company.
Say, fellow pimples, can three be a crowd?
All together, Pimples, sing real loud.
What do you take me for? A piece of furniture? I wonder if you ever really see me for who I am. Adam, are we really just slaves to each other's hungers?
Eve, darling, after all this time, isn't romance overrated? And in all the life, all the world, there are three types of relationships: predatory, parasitic, and symbiotic. So it is with people. I mean, the most by far are parasitic. I mean, it makes sense. It's certainly the easiest. These days, they call it codependent. Still, it's live off the host for as long as possible without destroying him or her. Or if possible, don't even be detected. A predator, man, that's straight Darwinian. You gotta be strong and fit, have a bit of wit, and that's it. A symbiotic relationship. Symbiotic. Sheesh, that's harder than driving home a two-headed nail.
That's easy for you to say.